The story begins, and we are amidst an engagement ceremony which is not going as planned apparently. When does it ever go as planned nowadays to? Anastasia, the MC for now, was supposed to be getting engaged to the crown prince, but that is what is not happening because of the prince's change of heart. Everyone is gathered in the great hall ready to witness this beautiful anticipated engagement, but this took a turn no one was here ready for. The prince tells her in front of everyone that he will not be getting engaged to her as she doesn't deserve to be the mother of the country. Instead, he is going to be engaged to Amy, another girl whose kindness has struck a chord in the prince's heart. Anastasia tries to talk him out of it, but the prince persists and is not budging anyway. He calls her out, saying that the girl with her loose character is not going to be his fiancée in any way. Anastasia knows what this is about. Although she has been harsher toward Amy, she doesn't deserve to be called out like this. The prince is in no place to be talked to, so Anastasia has to do what needs to be done. Anastasia takes a glove off her hand and throws it at Amy. This is when MC, Alan, wakes up. He is a reincarnation in another world as an 8-year-old boy. He woke up from a dream where he was recalling his memories. He tells us exactly what happened and how he came to be in this game world. We get to know what happened after Anastasia threw her glove at Amy. She challenged her to a duel, but in her place, the crown prince was ready to duel with Anastasia. Anastasia lost badly, and she chose to run away from the site. As she was heading far away from this place, she encountered some bandits who were sent by the crown prince. All this facade struck a wind so bad that war broke out in the country, and seeing this great opportunity, the neighboring countries and armies decided to invade this kingdom. They were slapped around like a slave until all came down crashing. MC, Alan, is recalling all of this and is talking to himself when his mother comes in the room and tells him to dress up and get his breakfast. He gets dressed up and goes downstairs for the breakfast. As he eats and does his game world things, he tells us about his plan and how he plans to turn all of the things of the game upside down. He wants to save Anastasia, and that is his main goal. He also wants to save his mother from the chaos of the upcoming future of this country. In the game world, Anastasia and the crown prince are 8 years old, just like Alan, and the prince just announced his engagement to Anastasia. 8 more years remain before the annulment takes place. Anyways, Alan goes out shopping where he meets Monica, a girl who works at the pub near Adventurers Guild. She reminds Alan not to be like the guys at the pub. Alan goes to the Adventurers Guild as this is the first step toward his goal. Alan is at the Adventurers Guild with his mother, and he wants to join it. This is the first step towards saving his mother, which can only be done by saving the villain Anastasia. The guy at the Adventurers Guild asks him why he came here when Alan tells him that he wants to join the guild and help with everyday work like cleaning up and stuff. The guy is surprised but happy about it. Alan and his mother get some documents to fill out, and after all that, Alan gets his card. For the last thing, Alan needs to put his blood on the card, a little drop of it. The guy helps him pinch and get the drop of blood to finish the entry process. Alan's mother is surely proud to see her son getting some work in the guild so he can make some money, but she has no idea of the real reason he came here. Monica congratulates Alan on becoming part of the guild. As Alan cleans the ditch, we get to know the details of his plan. To save his mother, he has to save Anastasia, which can only be done by preventing the condemnation process. He has to prevent the crown prince from dueling in place of Amy when Anastasia challenges her so he can duel in his place. For that, he has to join the Royal Academy, which requires a lot of money, which is exactly what he doesn't have right now. He is going to work hard for these 7 years now and make a lot of money at the same time. Also, he needs to confirm first that this is exactly the world of the anime game he thinks he is in or not. Alan gets to work underground the next day for double the reward, which is the best place to confirm if this is the right world or not. The next day, he is in the underground tunnels where people are going to escape from when the Imperial Army strikes the country. He knows there is a scroll here somewhere which helps them, and if he finds it, it will confirm the legitimacy of this game world. He looks around trying to find the secret room, which he finds quite easily. Entering the room, he found the scroll, but it was way too high. After a lot of struggle to get it, he gets the scroll and opens it up to find exactly what he was hoping to find. Concealment charm, which is what Amy uses. He takes the concealment skill and gets back to work. After work, he is stinking like a skunk, and he should take a proper bath before going home. Monica helps him even though he doesn't want her to. Getting home, he gives her mother his today's earnings happily, but his mother reminds him to take it easy and focus on his studies as well. Alan wants to take history and geography studies seriously only as those are needed to get into high school. And here I am, not learning anything because study sucks. The next day, Alan sets out on the adventure to find the next skill, the skill of appraisal, but acquiring it is not going to be so easy because the scroll of appraisal is located in the ruins. The ruins are not a safe place for an adult, let alone a kid. He tried to find the ruins for days, but he just couldn't find them. On the 5th day, he comes across ruins and finally finds them. He is very happy about it, but as he is thinking of his next steps, he sees goblins coming out of the ruins, which is a very unusual thing around here. He has to do something about it. The goblins are coming out of the ruins unexpectedly, as this is not what happens in the game according to Alan. He is freaking out, but he has to keep it together. He thinks about going back and rethinking the plan, but he doesn't want to risk losing the scroll to anyone else. Alan has to keep it together and do his best to sneak in and get the scroll. Using the concealment skill, Alan sneaks past these goblins trying to keep himself calm. He is in the ruins and it is fairly lit because of the moss. The moss is helpful as he cannot light a fire in this ruin. Alan goes further in the ruin to get the scroll but is shocked to see a lot of other treasure in the ruin end. This is again not something that happens in the game. MC thinks that maybe he found the concealment skill is that the scenario of the game is changing drastically. Anyway, he has to find the scroll and skedaddle from here. A goblin comes in the room out of nowhere and is this close to catching Alan, but he is saved. The goblin sniffs around as he can smell something in here, but goes out without catching Alan. Alan moves the treasure to find the scroll, which is buried in the ground beneath it. He has the thing he needed, and now he has to get out of here. He made it back alive and in a remote place. He plans to acquire the skill right here. He does it and goes home. The next day, he goes to the guild and finds everyone excited for some reason. Asking the main guy, he gets to know that the guild found out Goblin's hiding spot and they are putting together a team to neutralize them right away. Alan asks him if he is going to join the fight, but he isn't. The guy reveals his prosthetic leg, telling Alan that he lost his leg when he was fighting an orc and was struck by a poisoned arrow in the knee. That must have been embarrassing. He can do daily chores around the guild, but fighting is off the menu for him. He offers to teach Alan sword fighting someday, but for now, he is here working his daily chores. Alan has respect for this man, seeing how responsible he is in his work. Anyways, the next skill Alan has to get is the alchemy skill. He can purchase that skill from a shop, but it is very pricey. He has to have 15 million cents for that alchemy skill. Alan gets ready to head to the market of the town. Here he comes across a shop where he notices the earring of strength and some other stuff he can trade off. Asking about the earring, he gets to know that this is a single earring, not two, which he can get for 3,000 cents. He has a total of 5,000 cents, but he makes this purchase as Alan has a plan in mind. Taking this earring and a pair of fire gloves, he goes straight to the guild guy and tells him that he wants to sell these items, but before doing it, he wants to ask about his opinion. The guy takes him to an expert and the expert tells him that this is some pricey stuff he got here. The guild guy warns him that if he puts these items on sale, he can get in trouble with a lot of crazy people, so the best thing might be for him to sell these items to the guild. He gets a good price on these items, so Alan does as he says. Alan knows that for that alchemy skill, he has to work hard to get it. Alan asks the guy if he can teach him some sword fighting. Alan wasn't ready for what was coming next. He is struggling to learn sword fighting, but the guy pushes him hard so he can become a man early in his life. He tells Alan that if he is this weak, how can he protect what he wants to protect? Alan takes this to heart and reminds him that he has to protect his mother and the villainess, and he cannot be such a weakling all his life. The guy makes him take 100 laps around the guild, and after that, 100 swings of the sword. Alan is pooped out after all of this hard work, and it is going to continue every day from now on. We get a 3-year time skip, and we see the stats on Alan's guild card. He has collected the amount of 15 million cents, and he is ready to take the next step necessary for this game. Alan is 11 years old now, and he has the money he wants to buy the alchemy skill. He is in his room when his mother comes to his room. He tells her that he will be going to the market for some things. His mother reminds him to come home early as tomorrow is a big day for him. He tells her that he will be back by the night, so it is all right. Alan leaves home and is headed toward the shop, which is located in the back valley of the capital. This place is considered not so safe, so Alan is using concealment skills to get past the creeps in the streets. He is at the shop, but this shop requires a password to get in. This is where the appraisal skill comes in handy. He knows the passcode now and enters the shop. A weird and strange feeling hits him in the face right as he enters the shop. A weird witch-type woman is at the counter and asks him what he wants from this shop. He tells her that he is here for the alchemy scroll. He takes a look around and finds some other interesting stuff, but he is here for only one thing. After a little back and forth, Alan gets the scroll for 13 million cents, which is not bad considering he was ready to offer the whole 15. He takes the scroll and gets the hell out of this place, hoping to never come back here ever again. He has the scroll now and has acquired the alchemy skill. How can everything go so smoothly for these guys when everything in my world falls apart even without me doing anything? We don't get to know where the alchemy skill comes in handy, but we will surely know it in the future. Alan gets home and he is late. His mother tells him to go to bed early tonight as tomorrow is a huge day for him. Tomorrow is the day when Alan graduated from middle school. In this world, the age is 12 years for middle school, but he is graduating at the age of 11. The next day, he goes to the school all ready for the test. The teacher takes him to the room where he will take the test. He has 3 hours before the time is up, and the time begins now. Nothing was even remotely difficult for him except the geographical section. He finishes the test in an hour and lets the teacher know. She suggests he recheck all his answers before he submits the exam, but Alan is confident in himself. He submits the test, and he will get the result after a week. A week passes, and in the school, the teacher comes running to him to let him know that he passed the test. She could not believe it as he got the perfect mark in every part of the test. Alan is happy about the result and gets home to find a whole feast his mom has prepared for him. She is happy for him passing the high school exam, and as a gift, she gives him a dismantled knife. She worked hard and earned a good amount of money to get him this knife, which brings Alan to tears. She wishes Alan to be safe outside in the world as he is now an adult. They enjoy the feast and finish this beautiful day. Alan is an F ranker now, and everyone congratulates him in the guild. Rudolph congratulates him as well and wishes him good luck in his future endeavors. Alan gets to know about the divine protection that Rudolph and other guild members have, which Alan does have currently. He has to work hard to get it. As Rudolph and Alan are training, Alan asks him what he has to do to get to an E rank now. After getting to know the tasks, Alan completes them in under 2 days and increases his rank to an E rank. He has the divine protection now, and he can now travel on expeditions. Alan has an adventure in mind to go to, which is the land of flying dragons. We get to see what happens in the original story of the game here in the Valley of the Flying Dragons. Amy and Carl come to this place, and they try to get the Book of the Wind and the protection of the Wind God by overrunning this place. In the process, Annie kills off the family of the Wyvern protecting the Wind Book. She cries as she does it, but Alan knows that those cries are just a party trick of her. She didn't feel a thing killing them, or this is what Alan feels like. Anyways, he is on the way to the Valley of the Flying Dragon. As it is a long week's journey there, Alan is getting bored as he is not ready for the boring part of this adventure. As we are on the way, we get to know that the way to the Valley of the Flying Dragon is filled with demons and a lot like that. But Alan has the concealment technique, and he can just sneak through just fine. We get to know the difference between a dragon and a wyvern. A dragon is a flying creature who can breathe fire, but a wyvern can't. This is the main difference between them, and the place they are going to is mostly filled with wyverns. As Alan reaches the place, he has to climb a huge mountain, again a thing which he did not account for. He was not ready for this, but he finally made it to the top of the mountain, and as soon as he did, he realized why this place was called the Valley of the Flying Dragon. That sounds like a fun place. There are dragons and wyverns all over the place, and it is just a spectacle to watch. He reaches the place where the Book of the Wind is located. He is using the concealment skill, so no one notices him on the way in. He notices a black wyvern guarding the place, but at the moment, it is sleeping. As he walks past trying to recover the book and get out of there, a flying person calls him out. He can see through the concealment skill and asks Alan to stop right here kindly. Alan is rightfully surprised seeing the guy can see through the skill. He tells Alan that he is the god of the wind, and he has the Book of the Wind which he is currently here for. He tells Alan that he has to help him with something, and in return, he can get the book and the divine protection he wants badly. It is like this god can read through his mind and all, and he knew exactly what Alan wanted. Alan has nothing to do besides do as the god says. The god wakes up the sleeping wyvern by throwing him around. He is finally awake, and he asks the wyvern to introduce himself to Alan. His name is Jerome, and he is a black wyvern guarding this place. The god wants Alan to find him a wife as soon as possible, and that is it. Alan, confused by the request, asks the god why is he helping this wyvern with this. He doesn't get a straight answer, so Alan has to turn to the wyvern himself and ask him if he has someone in mind or not. He tells Alan about a female dragon named Melissa he wants really badly. Melissa shows up coincidentally, and she is just gorgeous. Alan tells Jerome to go and just talk to her, as Jerome hasn't even talked to Melissa yet. He goes up to her, trying to talk, but nothing comes out of his mouth. Melissa flies away, making Jerome feel like trash. Alan wants Jerome to try out different things, but nothing works, and Melissa just runs away every time. He finally has the idea to dress up Jerome well. Alan makes a necktie for Jerome using his alchemy skills, which takes a toll on his body though. It looks really good on Jerome, and he finally feels confident in himself to do this. Alan asks the god to locate Melissa at this moment when they find out that she is getting jumped by other wyverns at the moment. Alan and Jerome run to her to help her, as this can be the moment for Jerome to show off how much he cares about her. Jerome and Alan reach Melissa in time as she is getting crowded by the other wyverns. Jerome cannot take it seeing her get jumped by these mad wyverns. He gets in furiously and starts beating up all the wyverns one by one, seeing how they were attacking Melissa together. He tells Melissa to run away, and she does exactly that. As she runs away, Jerome is beating the other wyverns. One of the wyverns sneaks out and tries to chase Melissa. As he does it, Alan, riding on the god, comes in front of Melissa to talk to her when the god takes out this wyvern with a gust of wind. Melissa is confused seeing how Alan and this god with Jerome are following her everywhere, but Alan tells her that she was just saved by Jerome right now. She looks at Jerome, and he is still fighting those wyverns. Finishing them off, he comes and asks Melissa if she is alright or not when she gives him a kiss, saying that he was very cool out there protecting her. She and Jerome are clicking now, and it is overwhelming for Jerome. It looks like Alan's job here is done. As promised, the god of wind gives Alan his divine protection. With this out of the way, Jerome and Melissa are talking and the god leaves. How chill of a god he was. Jerome and Melissa thank Alan for doing this, and Melissa lets him know that they are always here if he needs help with something. Alan lets them know about the break-in that will happen after 4 years, so they are out and in a safe place from here. Jerome and Melissa leave and Alan goes his way. Before he goes back, Alan wants to build a plane so the travel in this world is faster than before. He was an aeronautical engineer in the last life of his, and now he has the wind magic, so he can do it pretty well now. He has the plan, and he goes back now. After getting back, Alan goes to a field and clears out the space for a runaway using his wind cutter magic. With this space, he uses his alchemy skills to conjure up the stuff he needs for a plane. The plane is ready in a few minutes now, and he is going to test it out right here, right now. He sits on the plane and uses the enchantment of the wind magic to start the plane. Alan has no way of controlling the output for the wind magic, so the plane just takes off quite strong. He has no way to stop it now, so he just commits to the flight and takes to the sky at full speed. Alan is high in the sky, and the plane is doing its job for now greatly. He is flying over different parts of the country, and right now, he is about to head toward his destination, Rudern. Normally, it would have taken him days to travel in a carriage, but on this plane, he made the distance in several hours. This is great, realizing that he has a means of transport now which is way faster than anything in this game world. Alan feels great flying again, as the last time he flew was in his previous life as a university student. He can feel the wind striking his face and the memories coming back to him. As he flies in the sky, we cut to Anastasia sitting with her vassals enjoying morning tea when she notices the plane far off in the sky. It looks like a weird bird to her, and she notices it with full concentration. She points to the sky and says that she just saw a weird bird that flew straight without flapping its wings. They call it a wyvern that must have entered their territory and leave it at that. Alan is right above the royal capital, and now he must land. Thinking about landing, he freaks out as he didn't prepare anything to land this thing. He has nowhere to land as the royal capital does not have wide enough roads, and the ones they have are all filled with people. There are no oceans or rivers nearby as well, but he finds a lake and lands in it. The crash landing cost him a lot of things, but the main ones are still with him. He gets out of the lake and tries to dry him off. He goes straight to the guild where he meets Rudolph. He asks Alan why is he soaking wet. Alan makes an excuse and says that he fell into the water nearby, but he is fine and just needs a warm shower now. Monica notices Alan all wet and starts scolding Rudolph, saying that he shouldn't make his students soaking wet as a training concept. Alan lets her know that he fell into the water and Rudolph did nothing. As Alan is about to take a shower, Monica comes up and tells him how much she missed taking showers with him. Rudolph lets her know that Alan is not a kid anymore as he is a 12-year-old adult now, so he should take a shower alone. Alan takes a shower and goes back home to meet his mom. After talking and eating, he goes to sleep. The next day, he wakes up ready to hit the day, but he knows that he has a lot of things to reflect on from the adventures he had these last days. He knows that he failed as an engineer even though the plane flew properly. He did not have any place to land or a parachute with him. The plane did fly great, but he had a lot of little things that he didn't account for. Plus, he has a limitation because of the magical power that he has yet to master. Amy could conjure up anything that she wanted without any blueprint because of the magical ability she had, but Alan is not at that level right now. Alan needs an accurate blueprint to create something that is exactly what he wants. He also cannot create anything out of thin air like Amy could do. Anyway, he comes to the conclusion that he needs a plane that doesn't require a runaway to fly off of or to land on. He needs something that flies vertically upwards and downwards. That is impossible as of right now, but he can make something using the cheat codes of the games. At night, Alan gets out and finds a perfect spot to make a plane he needs. He cannot make the one he needs right now, the Vlot plane, but he did make a one that is a huge improvement on the last one. The plane is ready and Alan gets on the plane. He takes it off with a perfect path to the sky, and it is getting just started. Alan is on the way to find a scroll he has been looking for a long time now. It is the scroll of the multiple chance. It is located on the top floor of the Sage's Tower. On the plane, Alan reaches the Sage's Tower, but it goes way up in the sky above the clouds. It is estimated to be over 1,500 meters in the sky. Alan has to fly around the tower in intervals and go up the meters to reach the top floor. After some time, he is finally above the clouds and he can see the top floor of the tower. This time, Alan came prepared and he had the means to land, not so safely but land indeed. He jumps off the plane after moving it toward the direction of the floor and lands inside the floor after the plane hits the top floor, entering it. He is on the floor and he finds the scroll there. The walls of the floor are slowly coming together because of the self-repair chants that are set upon them. He should get out before they are closed, so Alan gets out in time. We get to hear the story of a sage that wandered around helping people. One day he was on his way through the forest of illusion to the village of elves to hand them a recipe for a potion when he got lost and perished. It is said that his soul still remains for someone to find the scroll and help the people using the chantless enchantments. That is exactly what Alan is after right now because that is the last scroll he wants to get. He also has the Vlot plane now so he can take off and land vertically now. He is on the way to the village of the elves using the map he got from the guild, but he is lost now. In the sky, he has to locate the village before the sun sets because he would have to land if he doesn't and spend the night in a place that is crawling with strong demons. Alan can fight them, but they are really hard to defeat for sure. He is not going to take a risk on this matter, and he keeps looking for that village. He finally finds it and decides to land in the village. As he is about to hide the craft and set camp in the village, he is caught by a group of elves. They take him to their queen who interrogates Alan. She asks him how the hell did he find this village and not get lost in the forest of illusions. He does not want to tell her, but he has no other way to get out of this. He lets her know that he came down from the sky and that he didn't travel by foot. The queen and the vassals don't believe him as they do not sense any kind of magical ability from him. He tells them that he has a divine protection of the god of the wind, and that is why they cannot sense it. The queen does some gestures, and using her spiritual powers, she finds out that he is actually telling her the truth, and he does have divine protection as he claims. Always a big maloned queen, she quickly changes her tone and begs him to help them in her village as they are being chased by an evil spirit wandering around. He asks her more about this evil spirit, but the daughter of the queen comes in saying that they don't need help from a human. The queen sends her back, but out of nowhere, a guard comes in claiming that the evil spirit has come again to harm the people of the village. Sherry, daughter of the queen, tells the queen that she will take care of the evil spirit herself, but Alan goes behind her as well. He goes to the site and notices that it is not an evil spirit, but a suspicious man in a black hoodie. The queen elf claims that it looks like a black fog chasing everyone around her, which Alan believes after she shares her spirit energy with him. It does look like that to others, but to a human, it is just a suspicious man. Sherry has her arrows and she shoots one on the evil spirit, but the arrow deviates from its path on the way to him. Alan has no clear idea who this man is and where he came from, but he sure as hell is curious now. Alan is trying to make sense of the situation, but nothing comes to mind. He tries to talk to the evil spirit just so he can maybe sway him off. He goes up to the old man and asks him what the hell is he doing here and why is he causing this much trouble to everyone. The evil spirit is at the moment trying to catch the spirit of the elves that fly around here. It is very scary at the moment, but the evil spirit turns to answer Alan. He tells Alan that he is not an old man but a virgin. Alan feels like this guy is a real pervert, but when he calls him that, the evil spirit gets offended and tells him that it is very rude to call him that. He is here to appreciate the spirits, and he wants to find the village of the elves so he can make elixir. Nothing makes sense to Alan, but he lets the evil spirit know that he is scaring everyone around, including the spirits. The guy freaks out as he had no idea that was what he was doing. He does not want to cause any trouble to anyone. He tells Alan that he needs a favor and he needs something in order to make elixir. Alan asks him what those things are. He tells him that he needs petals from the spirit tree and some elven honey. Alan asks him if he gives him those things, will he go away? The evil spirit promises, and so Alan calls the queen. She comes up to him, so Alan explains the situation to her. She has her vassals run and get those things as soon as possible. The things are here as the evil spirits needed them, and he is happy that it is exactly what he wanted. With his stuff in his hands, the evil spirit thanks Alan for this and leaves the village. Queen and everyone around is very happy that they lost the evil spirit, and it is all thanks to Alan. They let him stay the night, and Alan enjoys hot spring in the night. After the hot bath, Alan goes outside and finds everyone so excited for some reason and gathered together. They are here to thank and bid farewell to Alan because of what he did in the village. The queen hands Alan a special amulet made from the prayers of the elves and asks him to keep this with him everywhere he goes. Alan gets to know that the spirit of light was born, which is the main reason everyone is so happy. After 800 years, the spirit of light is finally born. Alan is confused about this because, in the original story, the spirit of light is born after Amy saves the village from the demons, but that is yet to happen right now. It is going to happen after a few years, but the spirit is born right now. He is confused already when the spirit of light comes up to him and lets him know that the spirit finally made elixir and became the spirit of light. This shocks him to the core, knowing that this is the evil spirit that he was talking to yesterday and today. It is a reason for joy in the village. Anyways, the spirit hands him a scroll and lets him know that this is the Chantless Scroll, and he is given this because he helped the light spirit. This is what Alan came for, and he finally got it. He is very happy with this, and he finally leaves. He gets back to the village, and with all the scrolls he has, the first phase is over. Over to the second phase, and now, Alan has to get stronger as a fighter. He has the money for the high school and all the scrolls he needs, but he still lacks strength. This guy is set for life, who needs strength. For that, he is going to fight the enemy and prove himself strong. The next day, Alan is at the guild where Rudolph tells him all about the fight he is going to have with the goblin and reminds him that he should stay alive because he has a mother behind waiting for him. Monica also motivates him and lets him know that there is also someone besides his mother who will be very sad if he is killed during the fight. With this, she lets him go. Alan goes home and tells his mother all about the fight he is going out for and that he will be out for days on a dangerous trip. His mother hugs him tightly and wishes him good luck. Alan is doing all of this for his mother, and he would not go away before making sure she is protected at all costs. Alan is ready to start his next journey, and he is on his way to a village nearby where he is commissioned to kill the goblins that are causing trouble there. Alan has to increase his rank by killing demons, and those are goblins for now. He reaches the village of Struzen and goes to the guild where he will be staying and getting the rewards for doing the job. The guild master lets Alan know that it was very hard getting someone for this job. It is like that because killing goblins is not a high-paying job, and that is why most adventurers do not do it. Living here is going to cost Alan around 2,000 to 3,000 cents a day, and killing each goblin gives him 1,500 cents, including the stones. He has to get a lot of them a day to get by and make a profit here. Alan spends the night and gets ready the next day to venture out and get some kills. He smelts a weapon that looks like an AK-47, and he will be using wind-smelted bullets as ammo. He is ready with all the gear he needs and is off for the adventure. He spots a single goblin wandering and he takes a shot at him. He takes it out in 3 bullets and collects the stone. After that, he takes out more and more, and by the end of the day, he kills 12 total goblins in a day. Going back to the guild to claim the reward, he got his pay and he spent the night again peacefully. After a week or so, he has cleared all of the goblins outside, and now is the time to go into the labyrinth of the goblins. The guild master reminds him to be careful out there as it gets pretty dangerous pretty quickly. We get to know that there is a core of the labyrinth, and if that core is destroyed, the labyrinth ceases to exist. That core is obviously protected by a king of the goblins, which Alan would have to kill. He goes into the labyrinth, and he needs a light here, which is what he came prepared for. He has a light he bought for 300 cents, which uses mana for light so it does not produce heat. He has the light hung by his waist so he can carry his gun around without having to hold a lantern as well. The concealment skill he is using does hide the gun and the light device, but the light is not hidden. He finds 2 goblins which notice a light floating. They come near it, and that is when Alan blasts them with a rain of bullets, killing them. The guy is literally doing a genocide. He does this with everyone he encounters and makes it to the last floor down, the basement where the king remains. He enters the room, and we have 2 goblin sages, 2 hobgoblins, and the king. Alan has switched his bullets from stealthy ones to the power ones, and he needs all the power he can use here. He takes out the sages first as they cause the most trouble beside the king. After that, he takes out the hobgoblins, and now is the turn for the king. Alan has played this part a lot of times in the game, so he knows how to complete this. Alan hides and throws a water bomb filled with pepper spray at the king, so he is forced to take off the helmet he is wearing. With this, Alan puts a full magazine of bullets in the king's head, finally beating him. Alan has the stones of the king, and now he has access to the core. We know that destroying this disappears the labyrinth itself, but touching it will teleport you to the entrance of the labyrinth, and that is exactly what Alan does. With this, he has finished and saved the village. He gets back to this town, and Rudolph is really happy hearing what he did out there. He congratulates Alan, and after this, Alan goes home. He is happy with the progress he made and the way he is increasing his ranks and money count. But the first thing he wants to do before proceeding further is something he has been waiting for a long time now. The next day, he comes to the guild with his mother and asks Rudolph if he can help them find a new home. He is finally moving into a new, bigger home with all the hard-earned money, all for his mother. Alan comes home from his adventure and meets his mother. She was worried sick for her son, and finally, she can take a breather now that he is home. She asks him if he is alright or not. He is fine, so Alan and his mother start talking. The way this conversation is being done is what exactly Alan loves. The small talk between a mother and a son is exactly the reason Alan is doing all of this. He feels warmth inside his heart, and so he is even more motivated to protect his mother at all costs, no matter what. He tells his mother that he wants to move to a bigger place than here. She tries to tell him that he does not have to do this because of her, but Alan refuses to be distracted. He wants to do this because he has worked hard, and also he needs a bigger space for the things he has to keep around for all the magical abilities and skills. Mom is convinced and lets Alan know that she will be going to the guild with him tomorrow, so they can find and look at some new rooms together. The next day, Alan and Mom go to the guild, where Mom introduces herself to the people of the guild. Her name is Katerina, and she is happy to see that Alan is in good hands here. Katerina asks Rudolph if Alan has been good around here and not causing any trouble. He lets her know that Alan has been the best newcomer around here, and he has been on it for 4 years without a fail, which is just mind-boggling. Alan wants to come to the point and asks Rudolph if he has any place in mind for them to move in. He lets Alan know that this place is not good for a new room, but he can surely let him know of some good real estate agents if he wants. As they are talking, Monica comes out and greets Katerina. She heard them talking about a room, so she offered them to show them a room at a place where she lives. She says it in a teasing way to play with Alan, but she definitely has a good place for them. They go with Monica to her place, and she has a room in this building on the 4th floor. It sounds high, but Alan is already living on the 5th floor, so it is progress for him. They look at the room, and it is way bigger than they thought it would be. Alan can see the castle from this room directly, which he does, and thinks to himself just how far he came. A little way ahead, and it will be the D-Day. Anyways, Alan and Katerina really love the room, and they have to pay $100,000 for rent, which sounds like a good deal to Alan. They love the place, and they are happy to move in here. They head back to the guild, where Rudolph asks Alan if he found something or not. Alan lets him know that he did find a great room at Monica's, and they will be moving there shortly. The guy sitting next to them hears this and congratulates Alan on getting a bigger room with his money. He is very happy for him, as Alan is like a son to all of them. The guy is in great motivation, and seeing how Alan has done so well, he offers to help him move into the new room right away. Alan tries telling him that they are going to take a few days, but the guy insists and gathers all of the people from the guild to help them. Katerina is shocked seeing this, but she cannot stop anyone. So the whole guild helps Alan and Katarina move into this new place, and after it is done, the guys are ready for a banquet. Everyone is drinking and having a fun time when guys start to think about hitting on Alan's mom. Rudolph comes in and stops everyone, saying that it is not a good idea for this, only to tell them that he should be the only one to try this out. After all the fun, Katarina thanks everyone for helping them out and they all go home. Alan is happy with the new place and he is ready to move forward in his ranking journey. He has been taking rounds around the goblin maze and killing all the goblins so he could just rank up. This killing of the goblins has earned him a title of the Goblin Slayer around the place, and he cannot be more proud of himself than this. Now that the labyrinth of the goblins is conquered, Alan has moved to a bigger challenge. He is at a village where a labyrinth of orcs is located nearby. He has been here for a week now and has been taking down orcs with the new bullets and a gun he smelted. The bullets are doing their job as he anticipated, and the guns are also helping him the way intended. He has been killing orcs easily, even though they are a tougher opponent to him than goblins. They are easy to target but harder to kill, but not so much for Alan. He has been using the nerfed gun for the easy ones and the kalash for the harder ones. After the day of killing orcs, Alan came back to the guild and finally tried the orc meat. Orcs are valuable as they are also used as food. He tries it and falls in love with it right away. The way the meat melts in his mouth is exactly what he wanted to keep him going more. Now that he has killed all of the ones outside, it is time to go into the labyrinth for him. The process here is the same as the goblin one. Go straight to the basement, killing all the ones that come in his way. This one has a mid-boss on every floor with the final boss in the last one. He reaches the last one in here. The king orc and all the other orcs are waiting for him. He takes out the sages and the priests orcs and takes a shot at the general orc. The general recovers fast and counterattacks, which shocks Alan as he did not expect this. He has to take the general orc seriously. He shoots at it with the lighter gun, but he is forced to switch weapons as the lighter one did nothing. The kalash is not doing anything, which forces Alan to retreat for a second and rethink his strategy. He takes a shot at his heart while the orc is charging. The orc charges at him at full speed and hits the wall after Alan dodges, dying on the spot. The shot Alan took at his heart killed him, but the orc kept moving forward even after taking the shot straight to the heart. Anyways, Alan has conquered the labyrinth of the orcs as well, and he also has the title of the Orc Slayer in his stats now. After all of this, he completes the chores around the village and goes to the Elven village. The airport he made there is still working fine. In fact, the elves are maintaining the place. This little guy has made an airport before he is even 15, and here I am, who cannot even make a sandwich. The Elven village has been very good to Alan because of what he did. He has been coming here regularly to get the honey because Katarina loves using it in different things. Here, the elves welcome Alan and the queen comes to greet him herself. She lets him know that the plane carriage is filled with the honey he wants. She wants to know where he is going next for his adventure when he lets her know that he is going to the labyrinth of the Wind Village. That requires a level of 30, but Alan is at 23, so he is going to work his way to that next. She wishes him well for his journey ahead. Alan is at peace seeing how everything is falling into place for him, and he has made a lot of good links around the country, such as this Elven village. Alan is on his new journey, and he reaches the City of the Wind to take on the Labyrinth of the Wind Mountain. The guild here decides who is allowed to go into the labyrinth, and if you are not allowed but you still go in and take items from the labyrinth, it is considered theft. Alan waits for his turn and finally asks the guild master to allow him for the labyrinth. The guild master thinks of it as a joke that this child is ready to go where the best anyone has ever reached is level 8, whereas there are 30 levels to that labyrinth. He gets the permission and he is off to the labyrinth. This one is a little different with different types of levels and creatures. Right away, Alan is attacked by 2 vampire bats, whom he takes care of using the new gun he smelted. It is a shotgun named Sega 12, and it is deadly at close ranges. He took out those bats in only 2 shots, which tells all about the gun itself. He is in love with this gun, and it helped Alan on the way to the last level. He is at the 28th level where he comes across an orb-type thing that can be interacted with. The thing is, it can send you to the last level or send you to the depths of darkness of this labyrinth. Alan knew how to interact with this orb, so he is at the last level. Entering the room, he looks at the final boss, the Blizzard Phoenix. It attacks right away, which Alan knew would happen. He dodges it and takes the first shot. He almost misses every bullet, which is surprising for him. He smelts a boulder and hides behind it, thinking about his strategy. He knows he cannot just fight it head-on. He has to draw them closer to him, one by using the Nikov, so he can use the Sega on the Phoenix and take it down for good. He does it by firing for a second and smelting another boulder to take cover behind, dodging the counter from the phoenix. It goes on for a while until it is the perfect time to strike with Seiga. The phoenix is down and the fight is over finally. Alan collects the stones and bones from the phoenix. Checking the treasure, he finds a rare item sword, but he is not that interested in that. What he is interested in instead is the thing that is in the corner. The magic stone synthesizer. This item lets him collect little stones and fuse them together to make a bigger one. The bigger one is priced more than the little individual ones separately, which is what makes this item really good. He takes it back with him. Back home, he is doing a ditch cleaning duty when Rudolph finds him. He is surprised that Alan is still taking this duty. He wants Alan to get ready for high school as it is only a year until that. He is 14 years old by the way now. He wants Alan to reach C rank so the nobles cannot bully him. For that, he wants Alan to take the duty of the guard as a C ranker so he can rank up and increase his value. Alan doesn't want to do this, but Rudolph has already taken his card and put in the request. Alan is forced to come in tomorrow early for this job, which he didn't want. Today is the day Alan is on his guard duty. He is a member of the guard team in which Jared and others are also guards. Their job is to protect the carriage of this guy Dirk, who brings stuff from his village to sell in the royal capital and then goes back with some stuff from the royal capital. He is on his way back, and this time, he has his little sister with him as well. She has taken a liking to Alan as he is the little one, and she wants him to show her his magic when they get back home. Alan promises that he will do that once they get back home, but right now, they have to focus on the journey. The need for these guards is high because the tracks between the royal capital and Dirk's village are filled with forest and remote areas where often bandits show up and rob people. As they are on their way, Carlin, Dirk's little sister, is talking to Alan all happily when Jared tries to chime in, asking why she doesn't like him. Alan roasts Jared, saying that maybe it is because of his scary face. After fun and chill, Jared lets Alan know that he should be alert as they are entering the red zone of the bandits. As they enter, they encounter bandits right away. There are 6 in front and 5 in the back. The guards are on and they take out them one by one. They are not killed yet, and right as Alan uses his magic on them, they get scared and try to run away. Jared tells Alan to kill them all and not get them led away, but he doesn't do it because he has never killed a person before, only monsters and demons. Jared is mad at him and scolds him, saying that he should never let any bandit go away because they are like orcs and demons, but in human form, which is way worse in his opinion. Alan understands and promises to do his best the next time. Finally, they reach the village and everyone is very happy seeing Dirk back home. They all enjoy the stuff he brought home from the royal capital, while Carlin is waiting for Alan to show her his magic. He performs magic till the sun sets when the parents come to get their children home. In the evening, there was a welcome party for the guards, so Jared and others enjoyed their booze and all the shenanigans while Alan just drank fruit juice as usual. They are going to spend 3 nights here before heading back home. The next day, Jared and others say good morning to Alan. They look more fatigued right now than after they fought the bandits. They were having fun with the women of the village, as that is a custom here. As the children come to Alan to see more magic stuff, Alan notices that Carlin is nowhere to be seen. Alan goes out, and right away, a guy comes up letting everyone know that, to their horror, Carlin was just abducted. Carlin was abducted along with some other children as well. They were picked up when they went out the wall, unknowingly of course. Alan is very upset because he knows that it is his fault that the children were abducted. If he had killed the bandits before, this would not be happening right now, but it is, all because he hesitated. Kill yourself. Alan is going to kill every last one of them, and all by himself. He tells Dirk that he will save his little children right now. Talking to Jared, he lets Alan know that the ones who abducted the children know what they are doing, as they have made a condition to get the children back safe. Alan does not care and tells Jared that he can take those guys alone. He has to just trust and follow his lead. Jared abides by Alan and lets him take the front. They are off to finding the bandits, and they find them a little later near a cave. Alan tells Jared that he should go in alone, and he will signal him when the time is right to blast in and kill the remaining ones. Jared is confused, but he lets him do his thing. Alan goes in, and using the concealment, he is undetected. He goes in, and to his horror, finds a huge guy trying to take advantage of Carlin. He punches the guy off her and tells Carlin that she is safe now, but she has to do as he says so they can save other children as well. He wants her to wait here while he goes out and gets the other kids. She waits, and Alan goes out to get the other kids. He kills bandits guarding these kids and saves them. telling them to come with him so they can kill off all the other ones. Alan smelts a giant rock with an enchanted bomb in them. The bandits come closer to this rock and it explodes, killing almost all of them. The remaining ones are handled by Jared, as this explosion was the signal for him. Children are finally safe. Jared is surprised to see how easily Alan took care of this situation and saved all the kids without a scratch on them. This is the reason Alan told him that sneaking in without getting detected is his specialty, and he did not disappoint. Carlin was really scared because of the way the huge freak was right on top of her trying to play her, but Alan came to the rescue and got her in time. She cries in fear while Alan calms her down. Alan and the other adventurers have completed their guard duty, and the rest of the guards, excluding Alan, went to finish off the remaining bandits which were incapacitated. It has to be done even though Alan does not like it. Alan is grateful to his master Rudolph for picking this mission for him because he learned a great and valuable lesson here. After completing the mission and heading back, Alan is finally a C ranker and the youngest ranked adventurer in history. He is also 15 years old, which means that he will be starting high school in the next phase of the story. The next day, Alan gets up and gets ready for school, as today is the very first day of being at the Royal Academy. Katerina gets his breakfast ready, and after eating it, Alan says goodbye to his mother for the day. She hugs him and wishes him well before seeing him off. Alan goes to the academy, and right away, he can feel the aura of royalties coming into the academy. Here, the commoners are nothing but nuisances who are allowed to attend school. Alan is a commoner, and the worst thing is that he is placed in Class A, which is full of aristocrats. He is the only commoner here. He wished to be in Class B, so he is not in the spotlight, but he has to do well with this now, I guess. He goes to the main hall where the ceremony is about to start while the main guests and celebrities of the school are coming in one by one. As he is there, he notices Anastasia for the first time, and he is moved by her sheer presence. First we have Oscar, who is the son of the wealthiest family in the kingdom. Next is Marcus, who claims to have the blessing of a sage. Next is Leonardo, who is the son of the head of Imperial Guards. One by one these people are showing up, and they are enlightening everyone with their mere entries. Amy comes in next, and she comes up to Alan and starts talking to him. This confuses Alan because this is not supposed to be happening. He goes along the story for now and talks to her a little until the ceremony begins. But the main party who is coming in right now is the big deal and the main deal of the story, Prince Carl. The way he comes in and looks down upon those who are beneath him is something everyone is inspired and impressed by. The day and the whole week go by without anything major, and now the day comes when the classes are going to start for real. Alan says goodbye to his mother for a while, as he will be living in the dormitory of the academy and will not be home for a while. She wishes him well, saying that she will miss him a lot. Reaching the academy and attending the class, the first class is the magical abilities class. The teacher asks everyone to raise their hand if they can perform magic, and surprisingly there are very few people. Alan thought it was a requirement for admission, but he guessed not. The teacher asks Carl to come forward and demonstrate his magical powers. He has the blessing of fire, so Carl uses his fire magic and hits the target. Next is Anastasia, and she comes up after she gets permission from Carl. The way Carl responds to her tells Alan that the downfall of their relationship has already started. Anastasia comes in and destroys the target, making Carl feel less than her. He scolds her right in front of everybody for doing this and charges his attack to hit her in front of everyone, saying that he will show her his true power. Why can't a future king be a kind person? Always has to be an asshole for some reason. He attacks her with his fire attack, but she easily deflects his attack back on him. He goes down and is really injured. Annie rushes to him and uses her power to heal him back to normal. Carl is really surprised and thankful that Annie is here to help him. He is impressed by her, while Anastasia is left asking if Carl is alright or not. He did not answer him, and this started something Alan knew was coming. The whole academy is after Amy now that Carl has taken a liking to her. There are actually two factions at this moment in the school: Anastasia's faction and Carl's faction. Anastasia's faction wants to get rid of Amy by any means because she is taking Anastasia's place in the eyes of Carl. This is on their mind, while Carl's faction wants to use Amy to get rid of Anastasia. There would have been a third faction, Amy's faction, but it has not been created yet, so it seems. Alan knows how it is going to go down from here, but some things seem a little off to him. Anyway, he wants to follow the game as much as possible so the story doesn't go haywire and completely off the track. The school life for Alan is going as he imagined, lonely and quiet. He talks to no one until necessary and is all day by the corner in the classroom. The summer is here as well and the holiday is about to start. Alan is at his desk, sitting alone thinking different things when to his surprise, Anastasia comes up to him and asks him if his name is Alan. Alan plays along the story of the game and greets her very formally, saying that he is Alan. She wants him to drop the formalities and congratulate him on getting the first position in the final exams of the term. She is impressed by his capability and has something, a kind of a request. She tells him that she will send him a message later after the academy. It turns out she wants him to be the guide for the independent study for Carl and the group. As she knows that he is an adventurer, she wants him to show them the labyrinth of the goblins and show them around there. The group gets together and is chatting while Alan stands in front of them all nervous, as this is completely not something he was prepared for. He greets all of them and takes them to the goblins' labyrinth. Everyone from Leonardo to Marcus is singing poems for Amy, while Anastasia is getting jealous. As they are Carl's faction, they have to do it. Alan is confused that Anastasia is not getting that much jealous about this, as it happened to be a lot in the game story. Carl wants Alan to make this quick and take them inside the labyrinth. He takes them inside and shows them around while Amy goes around the labyrinth, trying to find the little room. Alan notices this and Carl tells him to show Amy what she wants to see. She goes into the room with all of them behind and goes to the exact place on the ground where the scroll was buried. Alan notices this and is really shocked to see how Amy is acting. Her finding the scroll in the game was supposed to be an accident, but here, it seems like she knew exactly where to look for. It makes Alan think that Amy knows about this world as well as he does, and that maybe she knows about the anime game as well. She is also continuously staring at Alan for some reason, but just avoids answering why, and making excuses. This thing confuses Alan, but another thing that adds to that confusion is the fact that these guys singing bells for Amy is not making Anastasia as much jealous as she should be. She is fairly calm and well collected during all of it, and it is just plain weird for Alan. After all of the guiding around, they all go out the labyrinth and Anastasia praises Alan, saying that he is a great adventurer and he was the best for this study. He thanks her for letting him do this, but inside, he is freaking out as the story is not playing as it should be playing at the moment. After the tour of the ruins, Anastasia wanted Alan to meet her outside the main gate after the academy. He has to do as she says and follow the game for now. He meets her outside the gate and she is here in her carriage. He invites Alan inside the carriage, and with him inside, she starts talking to him about making the report as she suggested earlier about the history of the ruins. She has collected and asked a lot of people who have ideas about these kinds of places. All they have to do is make the report and submit it. So Alan and Anastasia work day in and day out for the whole group and finally finished making the report. They took it to Carl so he could read it, but he wanted Alan to summarize everything to him in 3 minutes so he has an idea about what it is. After all of this, the publication of the report became really popular and all the credit went straight to Carl and the other princes. Alan was left behind, but he doesn't mind as long as he is out of the spotlight. With this, the summer went and fall arrived. With it, the cultural festival also came, and this is the part of the game you cannot skip. You have to participate no matter what. Anastasia comes to Alan and asks him if he wants to help her and the crown prince again this time, but he tells her that he has already submitted his request to open a food stall in the festival, so he cannot. She leaves him be and goes to the group to help them with the festivals and what they are working on. Anastasia is completely left out as the story wanted to do, and everyone is flocked around Amy. Alan is noticing every little thing. While the group works, Amy is insulting and making Anastasia feel less of herself by telling her to do different things, which she has to do because Carl does not want her to say no to Amy. Amy is taking advantage of this and making Anastasia mad. With the group out of the room and only Amy and Anastasia alone in the room, Amy starts blowing the fire high and high, making Anastasia furious. With all the noise, Carl comes into the room and Amy starts crying crocodile tears, making Anastasia look like a bad person. Anastasia cleans up the room and goes out where Amy is alone again, which makes her even more furious to the point that Anastasia is about to slap Amy in the face. Right as she is about to, Alan comes in and stops this as this is happening way too soon, which will lead to the destruction of the royal capital. We see Amy talking about Alan and saying this guy was not even in the extras. This tells us in Alan that Amy is in fact a real person who knows about the game and is on the opposite path to Alan, wanting to destroy the royal capital. This was a twist I was not expecting. This is when Amy tells us all about how she found out about the game. She was young when she got hit by a carriage in the head, and all her memories came flying back to her about her past life. She remembered that she was the heroine of this game and that this time she could change the route of the story. She wanted to be the heroine who had all the handsome guys surrounding her and saying praises about her. This harem route of her was a little blurred to her, as she did not have the confirmation that this was the world of the game. As life went on, she finally realized that this was in fact the world of the game, as upon entering the high school, she saw some familiar faces. We see the story of Anastasia and how she wanted to be in the real world of the game. She had her friend Margaret take notes about the two commoners who had placed second and third respectively. She found out about those two that the guy, Alan, has had a pretty struggling life, and he is the youngest adventurer in the country to have the C rank. He sounded really suspicious to Anastasis, and she wanted to get all the details about him. But this time, Anastasia did not come first but second. Alan took her place and came in first. This is because she was worried about Amy and how she was flirting with Carl all day long every day. She knew that Amy and Carl were no match and they would never tie together because of the status difference, but she was so invested in Amy that she got distracted from her studies and came in second. Anastasia eventually became friends with Alan and found out that he is actually a pretty chill dude who just wants to work hard and push himself. She actually has taken a liking to him and feels at peace while talking to him. The world of Amy and Alan collapses when Amy is on her harem route and is pushing Anastasia to speed up the destruction process, but Alan comes in to save Anastasia. At first, Amy thought of Alan someone she doubted too much, but after talking to him before the ceremony, she just felt like he was just a gloomy person she could use in the future. She did not suspect him to be anything but a mere extra in the game, but after Alan disrupted the flow of the harem route, Amy is pretty annoyed with him. Anastasia does not slap Amy but calls her out, saying that she is just a spoiled girl who has no idea how the royal world works. She thinks to herself that it is probably for the good that she did not hit Amy because it would have been really bad. She feels like maybe she was saved and it was Alan who saved her. The cultural festival is today, and there is a lot Alan has to do right now. He gets on his plane and flies to a country nearby where orcs are considered a delicacy. He hunts down some orcs and brings the meat back with him. He is making a food stall for orc meat, which is a very unique thing here in the royal capital. Anastasia and Margaret are ready to go into the festival hall and look at different festival stalls. Anastasia wants to check out Alan's stall and see what he has come up with. Seeing that it is an orc meat stall makes her go wild. She knows it is a meat delicacy in the country nearby because Margaret is from there and she loves orc meat. To not so Alan's surprise, everyone is scared to even come near orc meat while he dismantles it, but Margaret and Anastasia go up to Alan to say hi and check out some orc skewers. Anastasia always wanted to try out meat, and this is her time to do it. Alan welcomes them here and offers them some skewers to try out, which blows Anastasia's mind. They do look really tasty, man. Marguerite, who is very picky about her meat, is blown away by the way the meat was cooked. Because Anastasia and Marguerite tried out Alan's food, all the people started coming and trying out for themselves. In short, Alan's stall was completely sold out by the morning. He cleaned up and started roaming around, seeing different stuff. He went to check out Anastasia's and Carl's festival stall, and it was about the life of a commoner, which was not so accurate to Alan. He found out about Marguerite's stall and found out that Anastasia was kicked out of Carl's group and was taken in by Marguerite, so she came and put up some of the embroidery pieces she made long ago. The festival is over and Carl's festival stall won the award for best stall even though it was crap. Alan is just now waiting for the winter to be over so the condemnation of Anastasia will occur. But before that, an event should occur where Anastasia and her people harass Amy. It has not occurred yet, and this makes Alan wonder if it is even going to happen. Because if it did not, it would help him a lot. On the other hand, Amy is sitting thinking if the same event will occur or not because she has been waiting for it. To speed up, Amy makes it happen deliberately, and Leonardo and Marcus with others confront Anastasia, saying that she burned Amy's pen and she should apologize for it. Alan sees this and realizes that Amy did this on purpose and he would have to go through it no matter what. It goes as Amy plans, but Alan comes in, disrupting the flow of Harem's route once again, annoying Amy. After all of this, the graduation party for Carl is conducted where Carl calls his friends one by one and thanks them in front of a whole crowd for helping him through his high school first year. After that, he calls Anastasia to come forward. This is the moment Alan has been waiting for, but it is happening way too early for him. Carl calls Anastasia forward and announces to everyone that he is breaking off his engagement with her. Instead, he will be engaging Amy. The whole scenario goes as the story of the game, and Amy is very happy. Carl insults Anastasia and her family. She does not like him insulting his family. Amy does it too, and it is the last straw, and now Anastasia wants an apology for that. After all the dialogue, Anastasia decides to leave the room, but Carl stops her, saying that she should duel herself instead of going to her family for a formal protest. Anastasia goes up to Carl and Amy, which leads Amy to think that she is about to get slapped now, but Anastasia just drops the glove on the ground, which confuses Amy. This is not what happened in the game, but Amy does not think about it that much and shrugs it off. The duel is official and Carl represents Amy and is going to duel Anastasia in her place. The rest of the princes also come in, saying that they will help as well. So it is 5-on-1 duel, and Carl asks Anastasia if she has a representative to duel in her place. Alan raises his hand and says that he will be dueling in her place. This shocks Amy as she was not expecting Anastasia to have a substitute. She thinks hard about it and comes to the conclusion that Alan is just a commoner who has fallen in love with Anastasia and just wants to impress her. She laughs at the fact that this commoner will die on her behalf. Anastasia tries telling Alan that he should not fight them, but Alan does not listen to her. Carl tells him to find 4 more people to equal the playing field, but Alan says that he is fine fighting alone. He can take all of them easily. This hits all of the princes, including Carl right in the ego center, and they cannot believe Alan. They try telling him that he should go and find more people, but Alan starts provoking them, insulting them, and saying that they are nothing in front of him. All of them are angry and tell him to reach the fighting grounds in 30 minutes, prepared to his fullest. They all leave, and Anastasia tries getting an answer out of Alan as to why he took her place for the duel. Seeing how much she cares for her, he tells her that the rumor that there is a C-rank adventurer in the academy is true because that is him. She cannot believe her ears, and with this, Alan leaves. He reaches the dueling grounds with only a dagger, saying that he is ready to fight. Claude is ready to charge and rip him to pieces, and so the duel begins. Claude charges at Alan with all his might. Alan just does a hand flick, and a huge explosion happens, causing everyone to freak out as to what just happened. It has only started. What seemed like an explosion was actually a strategic play from Alan. He made the smoke screen while all 5 were charging in to attack him. Everyone outside the smoke screen is shocked and unable to see anything clearly. The smoke eventually clears out, and what everyone sees freaks them out. All 5 of the duelists against Alan are down. 3, Leonardo, Claude, and Oscar, are completely immobilized and unable to fight anymore. With them out of the way and witnessing acknowledging this, Alan turns to the 2 remaining who are barely moving a muscle. Alan turns to Marcus, who is the second most powerful man after Carl, and sets him straight, saying that he went against Anastasia, accusing her falsely just because he was distracted and wanted to impress Amy. Alan then slaps him, putting him down like the 3 of them before him. The only one who remains is Carl, and Alan turns to him, calmly insulting him and the fact that he took the wrong route just to make sure Anastasia was out of his life. Amy, seeing all of this, is stuck in place, seeing how this mere commoner took down the 5 of the most elite fighters in the academy in a clean single swing. Alan continues telling Carl how he should have been a little more responsible, seeing how his leaving Anastasia and turning toward Amy is going to affect the whole country. Carl tries and play the victim, saying that he was not appreciated for what he was by Anastasia, which is exactly what Amy provided him. Of course, she would do that because she knows the game and what kind of character Carl is. Alan tells him that he can just go live as a commoner if he runs away with Amy, cleaning slums daily and earning little to nothing, coming home to a soup that is barely edible. Alan turns to Anastasia, thinking how this is the end of this story, right when Anastasia yells at him, telling him to watch out. He turns to see Carl charging up his fire attack, the same one he lost control of before. Carl charges up the attack, and before firing it at Alan, he says that he will win this duel for Amy no matter what. Anastasia, worried that this attack might really hurt Alan, tries to intervene, but it does not matter. Alan takes it out in a single swoop and sends Carl flying, knocking him out. You have your future king's salad ready. The witness sees this, and Alan signals him to announce his victory. The witness hesitantly announces that all the 5 duelists are down, and so Alan has won the duel for Anastasia. Amy is in a clear, bewildered state, seeing how this world is not on her side. She thinks that she must have made a wrong move somewhere, and this is why this is happening. Alan turns to Anastasia and tells her that he has won the duel for her and thanks her before leaving. Anastasia tries stopping him, but she has to first clear up the mess made here. In the meantime, Alan takes his stuff and leaves the royal capital, going back home. His coming back home surprised Katerina, as she was not expecting him back already. He does not want to, but Alan explains everything to her mother, which leaves her in shock. She is not disappointed though. In fact, she is proud that he helped a girl in need. Alan goes to bed, thinking how this is going to play out from here on out. He knows that he can be executed for this, and people from the royal capital can come to arrest him anytime soon, but he has to do something to protect his mother. As he is thinking all this, Katerina climbs up and sits by Alan, telling him that what he did was not wrong. She tells him that he is exactly like his father, as he saved a girl in need as well. Alan and I do not know much about his father, as his mother never talked about him. The next day, Alan wakes up to get breakfast when there is a knock on the front door. It was Monica, and she saw Alan coming to the city. Everyone is downstairs waiting to meet Alan. He meets his old friends, which is very nostalgic to him. Alan and Katerina are outside when they see a beautiful carriage coming their way. It is clearly not from this city, so Alan thinks that maybe he is about to get arrested. A guy comes out from the carriage and asks Alan if he is the guy he thinks he is. The guy tells Alan that he is a butler from the Ramsalet family, and he is here to pick him up on Anastasia's orders. Sebas, the butler, lets Alan know that he is actually called to come to the residence of the Duke of Ramslet to meet Gepard, the head of the Ramslet family. Alan and his mother are shocked. Alan changes into new clothes and goes along with the butler to the district of aristocrats. The huge mansion comes up, which is the residence for Gepard. Going in, Alan waits for a bit before Gepard comes in person to meet him himself. Gepard asks him to take a seat and tells him that he has heard a great deal about him. He heard that he is the youngest C-rank adventurer and that he has conquered a lot of labyrinths and such stuff. He nods along, and after that, he brings up the fact that Alan saved Anastasia yesterday from the 5 princes in a duel. Gepard actually has a lot of questions for Alan to answer, and he brings them up one by one. He wants to know firsthand as to why he took on that duel for his daughter. Alan has to come up clean and tell him that he did this to protect his mother and the people of his town. Gepard does not follow, so Alan explains everything. He explains how Anastasia's duel with Carl was going to be won by Carl, which was going to lead the country into chaos. This chaos is exactly what the neighboring countries need to attack this kingdom, and it would have been a total war. Gepard, impressed by his thinking, tells him that now that he knows about his mindset, he does not have to be worried about anything, and he can leave everything to him, including the protection of his loved ones. Alan is more than happy, and with this, the meeting is over. Butler takes Alan back to his home, and he lives there peacefully, knowing that he has made a great friend in the most wealthy region of the kingdom. After some days, Alan is in his bed when his mother comes to let him know that there is someone outside to meet him. It is Sebas, and he is here to invite Alan to a dinner in the Ramslet family. This dinner is with Anastasia herself. Alan and Katerina get ready to go to the dinner invitation from the Ramsalet family. Reaching the residence in the carriage with Sebas, Gepard is already there to welcome Alan and his mother at the entrance. Gepard greets Alan and his mother, introducing them to his wife Elizabeth and son Frederick. They are really happy to meet Alan and his mother. Anna comes out, and she looks gorgeous in her dress for the dinner. She sees Alan and punches him right across his face, asking him why the hell did he disappear like that, because that was not a good way to say goodbye to her. Alan thought she would be really angry and would not meet him, but it looks like she is angry because he left her without answering any questions. Anyway, their talking like this tells Elizabeth that they are really close, and she giggles. All of them sit at the dining table to enjoy the feast made for Alan and Katerina when Gepard wants to let them know some things. He tells them that the duel Alan won for Anastasia has resulted in the crown prince and the other princes apologizing at the start of the next term. He also wants to let Alan know that he will not be punished or expelled from the school as he thought he would be. He can continue his school without any disruptions. Alan and his mother are really glad that this is the case because Alan worked really hard for the high school. Gepard tells them that they can come here and ask them for anything as well, anytime. He can also introduce Alan to some people, and in short, he can work for the Ramsalet family, which is something that makes Katerina very proud to the point that she starts crying. After all of this, they enjoy the feast and are about to leave when Anastasia asks Alan if she can talk to him alone for a second. She asks him if he has seen the labyrinth of the orcs or not, and he has. She wants to explore that labyrinth with him, and Margaret will be coming along as well. The guy is a playboy and modest one. Alan agrees, and after some days, they meet outside the labyrinth where Margaret is already waiting with her knights. They all go into the labyrinth as Alan guides them through it when they encounter an orc right away. Alan takes out this orc to show them that he is really capable because the knights with Margaret were doubting him. The next one appears, and this time, Anastasia takes care of the orc and takes it out quite easily. They complete the labyrinth and kill the king, coming outside the labyrinth. Anastasia wants to make fast laps of the labyrinth to raise her level, so she and Alan make fast laps, completing the labyrinth again and again. The winter is over and the next term is about to start. Alan leaves home for the academy all excited and nervous at the same time, considering what would happen at the school now that he is in the spotlight for everyone. He goes to the academy and everything is normal for now. The ceremony is about to start. He wanders around when he meets Margaret and Isabella. They both let him know that he and Anna are in the same class as them. This makes Alan happy as he knows that Anna will not be alone and she will surely have a good time having these two with her. Alan gets to know that Carl, being the student of the year even though he lost the duel, has not dropped out. Leonardo dropped to the Class B and Claude was nowhere to be seen in the class list. This concerns him for a reason though, because it can mean that he has made a lot of enemies for himself right here. He is walking around as he hears people talking badly about him, that he is a coward and stuff like that. He ignores such comments and goes ahead where he meets Anna. She asks him about his family and how he has been doing lately. She lets him know that her brother wants to meet him when he gets back from outside the city. Both of them go to the ceremony where Carl and his group are supposed to apologize to Anna in front of a huge crowd. The announcer calls Anna on the stage and she tells Alan to come along with him to the stage. On stage, she tells Carl and his group to apologize for making invalid and insulting remarks about her family. Alan cannot believe that Carl is going to do this. Carl and the whole group apologize sincerely, and the look on Amy's face is worthwhile for him. After the apology, Alan is about to leave the stage when Anna stops him. She announces to everyone and gestures toward Alan, saying that because of the way he protected Anna, the Duke of Ramsalet takes Alan and his mother into their protection. She also hands him a handkerchief with a logo of her family's flag engraved in it, which sends people wowing in a single second. This confuses Alan as he has no idea what the handkerchief is supposed to represent, but everyone else got the message. After the ceremony, Margaret and Isabella come up to Alan, wanting to see the handkerchief when Alan asks them what it means. They let him know that this handkerchief, when a girl hands this to someone with her family sign printed on it, means that she is saying publicly to everyone that he is mine. Anna obviously refuses that this is what it means, but this is the truth. Alan knows that there is no way he is going to marry Anna, because her father clearly said that she will marry some noble or royalty for sure, which he is not. All Alan knows is that the way he disrupted the flow of the game, he has no idea where it will take the scenario, but he has to take every step from now on using his head, making sure nothing happens to his mother and townspeople. Alan and Geffard are sitting, discussing the future of this country and the consequences the dual victory of Anna can have on it. They think that there is a possibility of neighboring kingdoms joining forces to invade this kingdom. They discuss different kingdoms that surround the royal capital and the country. Geffard has a really in-depth knowledge of everything, and Alan has a smart mind. Geffard wanted to discuss it too. Alan also brings up the fact that the second prince, Claude, was made to leave the academy from his family. They know that it would have been really a difficult thing for Claude to do since he was really in love with Amy, but it is what it is. The next day, Alan goes to school and we get to know about the current situation in the school. It seems like Amy and Carl's group is the same except for the absence of Claude. It also seems like the second prince's faction is totally ignoring Carl's faction for some reason. As Alan is sitting thinking about all this, Anna comes to him and tells him that for the summer independence study, she has chosen the topic of adventurers and Alan is going to help them with it. As he is an adventurer himself, he is going to be showing Anna the guild where all the adventurers stay and do their work. Alan takes Anna with him, but she is dressed in a dress that doesn't reveal her true identity. She has to sneak around this time because of all the fuss about the crown prince and Anna's engagement breaking off and all the things surrounding it. As they are on the way, they come across Amy and her group, trying to pester a girl in the hoodie. Annie is constantly asking her if she and her village is getting attacked by a monster, but the girl keeps telling her no. They notice Anna and Alan watching them when Amy tells Anna that stopping Amy from getting a blessing is not a good idea for her. Alan gets right away what Amy is trying to do. She is following the game story where she saves the elven village from the monster and gets the blessing, but he has already done that, taking the blessing. The girl in the hoodie is Sherry, and she jumps on Alan to see him. She tells him what Amy and others are trying to do when Alan tells them to stop pestering her. Leonardo is about to clap back when Carl turns around and walks away, thinking that it is not worth it to fight them. Sherry keeps talking about gliders and things Alan did for them, which reveals to Anna that there is a lot Alan is hiding from her. Alan takes both of them to their guild room where he will explain everything to them. He lets Anna know that this girl is a princess of the elven village. Jared and another person are eavesdropping on Alan as he sees Alan going into this room with two women. Someone, that is Monica, punched them for doing it and they are laying unconscious outside, which is just hilarious. Anna wants to know how the hell he knows about the elven village and why this elf princess wants to meet him. Sherry explains everything about how Alan saved them from the evil spirit, and he is the blessed child of God who came down from the sky to help them. Sherry is here to invite Alan to the summer festival they have at the elven village every 10 years. Alan wants to go, but he has Anna with him, so he asks Sherry if she can tag along as well. Sherry asks him if she is a trustworthy person because there is no way any other human other than Alan can come to the elven village. She suggests the idea that they can say that Anna is the fiancée of Alan, which will be enough to let her in the village. Upon asking Anna if it is okay, she is fine with it and they go along with this plan. Sherry has to get out of this city undetected as well, so that is where Anna comes in because her being with Alan and Sherry, there will be no checking them. Anna is also intrigued by the plane of Alan and wants to see it flying. Alan sets up the plane and Sherry sits on the back while Anna sits with Alan. She holds Alan tightly from behind so she does not fall off. Taking off and getting up in the sky, Anna loves the view and cannot believe how cool it is to fly. Her feelings for Alan are even more strong now. Upon getting to the elven village, everyone is shocked to see another human with Alan. The queen comes and greets Alan, asking who this human is. He tells her that this girl is very precious to him, which tells the queen everything. She wants to talk to Anna alone while everyone waits outside. Alan waits outside and meets the light spirit and others while Anna talks to the queen inside. Queen checks Anna's background and knows right away that she is from a good family. She asks Anna if she knows what will happen if the humans get to know about the elf village. She knows that the humans will try to capture elves because they have done that for a long time. They make elves slaves because of their beauty. Queen asks her why she came along with Alan when she knew that this could be a risky thing for her country as well as for the elf village. She wants to know the real reason. Here we go. Anna has strong feelings for Alan, and without even her telling the queen, she knows all about it. She even knows that the status difference in the human world is something that is never going to let Anna and Alan be together. Anna explains that she cannot defy the rules of her world because she has to live for other people. Queen suggests to her that why does not do both, live with Alan and live for the people. This sparks something in Anna's mind and she is forced to think hard about it. Queen tells her that she must relax her mind and let her true feelings come to light, because without them, she will be pushed to the ground with burden and regret. After talking to the queen, she goes out and says Alan's name, not knowing he is standing right here. Alan introduces her to the Spirit and Meryl, the youngest daughter of the queen. Spirit knows Anna, and that her father is Jeffard because his wife, Elizabeth, is the one he taught magic to a long time ago. This surprises Alan a lot. The next day is here and the festival is starting. Alan asks around what they do in the festival when he gets to know that they run, holding the person they love in hand while they try to make it to the end without getting the tiara dirty. Anna gets ready for the festival with the elven dress and a tiara before she goes to Alan. The festival starts and the guys start throwing fruits and water magic at Alan, trying to make the tiara on Anna's head dirty. Alan does his best to stop that from happening while they run to the finish line. After all the dodging and deflecting, they are in the corner with all the elves with fruits in their hands, ready to splash them dirty. In the corner, Alan gets in front of Anna to protect her while Anna makes an ice barrier to protect Alan. They both protect each other, and after some time, the bell rings signaling the end of this festival section. Queen lets Alan and Anna know that they did good, and they will now get the blessing from the Spirit of Light. Only two couples remain till the end, Alan and Anna, and another couple. The elven couple starts making out, celebrating the victory as a custom which Alan and Anna have to do as well. They hesitantly move closer to each other, not trying to make each other uncomfortable, and go in, kissing each other strongly. After this, they get the blessing from the light spirit, which is first for a human couple. What I would do to get into the elven village and have this kind of a festival. They take hot spring to wash themselves and get ready for the rest of the festival. Alan is thinking about what he and Anna had done before when he finds Anna in the same hot bath as his. He freaks out, but Anna wants him to remain calm. She tells him that here in the elven village, there is no status difference between them and he should refer to her as just Anna, not Anna-sama. And for her, he will be just Alan, not commoner Alan. Alan agrees, and they both make out even more heartedly than before, proceeding to go and do the deed. Anna shares with Alan how she saw a strange bird flying all those years ago, and it was him, while he goes in and pleasures her. The next day, both wake up, and before leaving, Alan wants to show her a lake that is nearby. Here he tells her that there will be someday that he will be acknowledged by the Duke, her father. That is when he will come and get her. But for now, they have to get back to the human world with status differences. Before doing that, Alan wants to make it official and shows her a beautiful ring, asking if she will marry him or not. She says yes without any extra breath, and they both kiss again, forming a beautiful romantic aura around them. Alan and Anna are back, but a huge barrier for Alan is waiting for him back home. Seeing the ring on Anna's finger, Jeffert is furious and wants an explanation about it. Alan explains that he would love to earn a title somehow and prove himself to Jeffert, so he can stand beside Anna, protecting her. Jeffert thinks it is outrageous considering that he is a commoner and nothing more. Alan explains that the ring on Anna's finger is a special ring that saves the wearer's life one time when he or she dies. It is not a small gift, but a huge one for Anna. Jeffert does not like it, but he gives Alan 3 years to prepare because he plans on sending him to war so brutal that he wishes he would have been dead. That is what it takes to earn a title in Jeffert's eyes. Meanwhile, Anna and Alan take laps clearing out the dungeon of the Winding Mountain. The final boss fight is here, and Alan kills the Blizzard Phoenix first time, so Anna knows that Alan can do it. There are various reasons that Alan chose this dungeon with Anna, but the main one is to get the acknowledgement of Duke Jeffert. After clearing the king's fight, they find the treasure, and Alan finds the sword of the Night King again, but this time, he can gift it to Anna since she is a sword fighter. Alan tells her that he will gift her this sword on her next birthday. Anna loves it. They do the deed, seeing that there is no one here in the deepest part of the dungeon, and leave. Coming back home, they report the findings to the Duke. They have 2 days before the summer vacation ends, so Alan takes Anna to the Valley of the Flying Dragons. Anna is scared to go there, but Alan lets her know that he knows someone there, so it would not be an issue for them. As they are having a precious moment flying on his plane, Jerome shows up from behind. As our MCs Anna and Alan reach the Valley of the Flying Dragon, they fly toward Jerome and Melissa's residence, but a random wyvern shows up from behind. Anna lets Alan know about it, but Alan is relaxed, seeing as he is known in the area. This wyvern on the Altho does not recognize Alan and is about to attack them when Jerome shows up in time and smacks that dumb wyvern away from them. Jerome is no longer a wyvern but a sky dragon here, and he came in time to save them. Alan is happy seeing Jerome, and so is Jerome. He takes them to their place where Melissa is already here. Anna is bewildered seeing how Alan knows this sky dragon of all the creatures around the place. Seeing Melissa also surprises and confuses her, as she thought he only knew a single dragon here. Melissa greets Alan and Anna and asks Alan if he is here to get their help in something as they promised. MC asks them if any humans have attacked the place since then, and they have. But they were weak apparently, and Melissa and Jerome single-handedly made them run away. MC tells Melissa that he needs her to give her strength to Anna if anything ever is about to happen to her, and she needs a hand in that moment. Melissa takes a whiff of Anna's scent so she can locate her anywhere in a matter of minutes and reach her. Alan leaves the area, giving Melissa and Jerome some meat he brought with him, and heads back home. The school vacation is over and the school starts. With school, the independent study of Alan and Anna continues as well, and the theme is the relationship between the country and the adventurers. Anna is making Margaret and Isabella the right stuff for it, and the words she is using are a bit harsh, so Margaret asks her to tone them down a bit. After this, they are heading outside when suddenly Amy and her gang come from behind and stop Anna and Alan. Seeing the hair ornament on Anna's hair, Amy snaps and demands the hair ornament back, as it was apparently supposed to be hers. Anna ignores her, but the crown prince on Amy's side tells her that the ornament was supposed to belong to Amy, so she has to return it. After some back and forth, Leo comes forward and tries to take it by force, but something happens and he goes flying. A sudden voice can be heard saying stuff like "punish them" and other things that scare the princes out. Before Amy leaves, Alan puts some sense into her, saying that they are living people in this reality and no one is a hero or a heroine here, so she has to stop with this attitude. Alan thought it was enough to keep Amy at some distance, but he was mistaken. Anna and Alan are walking around the town when Alan brings up his hunger and suggests that they should get something to eat. They wanted to eat somewhere alone, but Margaret and Isabel saw them and wanted Alan and Anna to join them as they were having lunch as well. While they are having their lunch, the crown prince unexpectedly shows up with a letter from the Majesty for Anna. He hands over the letter and waits to hear the response so he can relay it to the Majesty right now. She lets him know that she will be coming to the castle as Majesty said so in the letter. With this, the crown prince leaves and Anna lets everyone know, including Alan, that she will not be attending school for a week at least because of some work in the royal castle. She does make it clear that there are no details in the letter of what it is about, but the seal is genuine and decree as well. We see Amy looking at her and Alan, thinking how it is time for MC to pay back because she is going to take revenge on Alan. She knows for sure that he is a reincarnator just like her, who is jammed motivated to ruin the scenario for her. The week has passed and 3 days after that, but still, Anna has not come home. MC is getting really worried about her and plans on seeing for himself if everything is alright or not. He visits the Duke on the way back home only to get the worst news imaginable. He gets to know that Anna has been abducted by the Est Empire. The letter Majesty sent said that His Majesty ordered the marriage of Anna to the magician kid of the Est Empire leader, but the king does not remember issuing anything of the sort. The seal and the decree on the letter were somehow forged by the crown prince, and this way, Anna was abducted. This is getting really bad because they know that the Est Empire has declared war on the kingdom for some coincidentally not so true reasons. MC is shocked seeing how calm and contained the Duke is, but he has to think of something. The Duke asks MC to go and find his daughter. He will be enlisted into the military and will be working as a soldier alongside the army to find Anna. MC leaves telling the Duke that he will return his daughter to him. MC meets Margaret and others who are also concerned about Anna not showing up even 3 days after the week as she mentioned. MC plays as if he knows nothing about it and leaves. He is sitting thinking about how he is going to do all of this. He knows Anna is still alive and well because she is a trained swordswoman, but he still has to do something before something really bad happens to her. Sebas comes and lets MC in on the details about the alleged abduction of Anna. He learns that Anna's carriage was found outside the gates of the capital. The guard who let the carriage out ran away right after the carriage left the city. MC and Sebas feel like Anna must have been kidnapped by another carriage carrying more than 2 or 3 men. After all of this, MC is in the school sitting alone when Amy comes up, trying to mock him. MC asks her if she is the one behind all of this happening. Annie responds by laughing straight to his face, saying that he is not going to get what he wants out of this scenario. She makes it clear that she knows about MC, and that he is a reincarnator just like her. She leaves after mocking him some more, which leaves MC thinking about his actions. He was so focused on the scenario that he forgot that it could go wrong even after he did everything right seemingly. He knows he has to do something to save Anna, but he has no clue where to start from.